In the early 1990s, the Dallas Cowboys were the model franchise that was worth copying. And why not? The team won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Besides leading the league in most Super Bowls in the 1990s, the Cowboys led the league in most draft picks in the first, second and third rounds from 1989 through 1993 with 24. They used those picks to draft players like quarterback Troy Aikman, running backs Emmitt Smith and Daryl Johnston, offensive linemen Mark Stepnoski and Erik Williams, wide receiver Alvin Harper, defensive lineman Russell Maryland, linebackers Robert Jones, Darren Smith and Dixon Edwards, and defensive backs Kevin Smith and Darren Woodson. Dallas was fortunate that the Minnesota Vikings traded for running back Herschel Walker, but the boys were constantly flipping their picks to find extra value. To guide the Cowboys, they created the draft pick trade value chart, which was widely adopted throughout the NFL. Fast forward to today, where the New England Patriots are the model franchise worthy to copy, as shown by their 3 Super Bowl wins in the past 5 years. You would think that the rest of the NFL would be staying up late at night to figure out how they do it. From 2009 to 2014, the Patriots had 24 first, second or third round draft picks. It seems that they learned from the early 1990s Cowboys model to stockpile high draft picks. The Pats are very capped cost to on-field production disciplined when they evaluate players. They let players they feel not worthy to sign to their next contract hit free agency and recover a compensatory draft pick. Losing cornerback Malcolm Butler and offensive lineman Nate Solder to free agency last year netted the Patriots 2 third-round draft picks in the 2019 draft. Defensive lineman Trey Flowers, a 4th-round draft pick in 2015, is the latest Patriot to leave via free agency, as the Detroit Lions signed him to a 5-year contract worth up to $90 million, likely netting New England a 2020 third-round compensatory pick. The Patriots were quite creative in replacing Flowers' 7.5 sacks, 57 tackles and Swiss Army knife production along the defensive line. On Wednesday, the Patriots finalized a trade for Michael Bennett, who had 9.0 sacks and 34 tackles last year but only has a $7.2 million cap hit this year, according to Spotrac. But the Patriots simply don't trade picks for players, they trade a pick for a player and a pick. Out Trey Flowers, 2020 5th-round pick in, Michael Bennett, 2020 compensatory 3rd-round and 7th-round pick, $10 million cap room. Not only did the Patriots find a way to replace Flowers, they have surplus cap room to fill out roster depth and found a way to trade a 5th-round draft pick for a 3rd and 7th-round draft pick. No wonder Michael Bennett called Patriots coach Bill Belichick the Yoda of football. The Cowboys do not have a 6th-round draft pick this year, as they sent it to Cincinnati at roster cut-down day in 2017 for cornerback Ben Wickery. Remember him? The front office should make sure that any trade they make is a flip of draft picks, much like the trade with Oakland last year when they sent the 173rd pick for fullback Jamize Olawale and the 192nd pick. The Patriots are no strangers to buying low. Remember when they acquired future Hall of Fame wide receiver Randy Moss in 2007 for a 4th-round draft pick. According to Peter King, the Arizona Cardinals are shopping quarterback Josh Rosen, the 10th overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, with the compensation likely a 3rd-round pick. The Cowboys should look to strengthen their backup quarterback position by sending this year's 2nd for Rosen and a 4th-round pick. The Patriots are ruthless when a player feels his worth is greater than the New England budget. In the past 3 years, the Pats have traded players reaching their prime, such as defensive lineman Chandler Jones, linebacker Jamie Collins and wide receiver Brandon Cooks. The Cowboys will have several players seeking significant contract upgrades in the next few years, with quarterback Dak Prescott likely the biggest decision. Would the Cowboys be willing to move on from Prescott and trade him at the end of the 2019 season? The Eagles received 1st and 4th-round draft picks when they traded Sam Bradford to Minnesota. Cincinnati received a 1st and 2nd-round pick when they shipped Carson Palmer to the Raiders. Jay Cutler fetched 2 first and a 3rd-round draft pick when he moved from Denver to Chicago. I will assume that the Cowboys would get a 1st and 3rd should they trade Prescott at the end of the 2019 season. It would take guts to trade a quarterback, but the decision could be a little easier with a proven, backup quarterback on the roster. Out: Dak Prescott, 2019 second-round draft pick in, Josh Rosen, 2019 fourth-round pick, 2020 first and third-round picks and lots of cap room. Next, Dallas Cowboys 15 best free agent acquisitions of all time. Will the Dallas Cowboys be as ruthless evaluating their star players with the budgeted contract value? History has shown that the Patriots wouldn't flinch.